Hey, hi everyone. How are you, friends? Thank you so much, by the way, for joining me once more. Very nice to have you. Whew. Good morning. Huh? Go 1v1. Main only at 1445. Big laugh. Do I look like someone that deposits real money, buddy? For honing? Or... Huh? You want me to get to 1460 today in this stream? How do you know which one's my main? Are you sure the artillerist is my main? Maybe I'm changing to destroyer, or maybe summoner is my main. Do you know anything about me? Salutări de acasă. Well, hello guys. What I was doing here? I was doing some excavating, huh? I feel so bad that my energy is full. But hey, we have some other stuff to do as well. Vicas this week? Maybe, yeah. Maybe. I'm not 1580 free to play EU. Yeah, I'm not. Sorry guys. I've only been playing for 1500 hours, and you know, I'm not 1530 yet. I do apologize, guys, for not paying 5,000 to 6,000 euros, so I can hone my gear immediately and be ready for Brilshaza 1 month into Lost Ark. Still no info, yeah, on still no info on the on Vicas. It's only Tuesday, right? So even though we were expecting, let me just quickly make my cam a little bit smaller. Even though we were expecting Vicas last week, and normally I would say that by Tuesday, if since they didn't say anything last week, by Tuesday this week they should have said something, right? They generally say it on Wednesday. So that's one day before that. Yeah. Let's turn the music also to a normal point. There we go. Just bot silly like everyone else does. I do have sort of a bot build for my artillerist when I do chaos dungeons, because I like to spam them. So this is sort of like a bot build. It doesn't work very well on artillerist, I have to say, but I still wanted to have it just for show. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you know, this is what RMTing does to you, right? RMTing, maybe even, you know, depositing a lot of real money, even if you do it legitimately, this is what it does to people, right? They go to websites and they see that there's a guy who is 1560 right now, and there's another 10 people like him, and then they expect everyone else to have paid a lot of real money to hone their gear. You know, alts don't come for free. You need to actually hone them. If you don't deposit real money, it's actually a pretty lengthy process. You know, collectibles don't come for free unless you pay real money again for them. So yeah, but it ruins a little bit people's perception of what is real and what is not, right? But yeah, it is what it is. It's not a problem at all. I have nothing against people who pay real money or people who think that everyone right now should be 1530 just because some of their guild mates are. It's all good. It's perfectly fine. Lost Ark has to make money from some fools, right? So, and they're not even fools. They're just people who just like to deposit real money. They have real money. If I would be a millionaire, I would also deposit real money, right? Or you know, if I would have a lot of. Actually, if I would have a lot of them, I still wouldn't do it. Simply because it would just ruin the experience, right? Maybe for a couple of things, I would still do it. Yeah, but for most things, I still wouldn't. Even if I would be a millionaire. Hey, thank you so much, MS, for the 10 euros. I really appreciate you. Look, we don't have any alerts. We don't have any alerts when we don't have the chat on the screen. Let me just quickly... Oh, look at this. I got 10 euros and I also got the 10 euro portal. This is really nice. Awesome. Hello, Cyber. Good morning. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bots still aren't back. Yeah, bots are not back. Yeah, bots. There's just like one or two bot per channel, and there's only like 5 to 6, 7 channels, at least in North Verne. So we're making gigantic progress in that sense, right? It looks like they just cannot log in, and they're gonna be back. I see. I didn't see any today when I logged in. What tier map do I recommend buying with rift pieces? I think that you should go for the middle box and the most expensive box. This is what I go for. Some people also like to go for, let's say, the lowest level of the box only, and then they just combine 3 of those blue maps that you get guaranteed from the lowest level box, and they get 1 purple. But at the same time, it costs more to have a chance of getting 1 purple than to just buy directly the purple from the cash shop. From the box, right? Holy cow. Basically missed all of this, and this contender build is not doing any justice here for this boss fight. But it's awesome. I think this might even be the first time I got the Dark Red Portal in a 1445 Chaos Dungeon. I don't think I got it so far. That's nice. Couple of relics. But nothing good. Everything was just auto-dismantled. Thank you so much. Did I say thank you for the 10 euros? I said thank you. I'm gonna say it again. Thank you so much once more. I appreciate you. Let me just quickly grab the alerts, guys. Okay, just 20 seconds. I'm gonna be back. I'm here. We're here. Just setting them up right now. Have to set up my alerts in a different way. There we go. Now we have the alerts. Now we have the chat also. Thank you so much for waiting. I just forgot to add them. Is Cursed Doll good for Mayhem after the nerf? I think it is. Yes, I think it's good, but as a level 2 engraving. So, assuming you have 5 level 3 ones, then you get Cursed Doll, sort of, as a level 2 kind of thing. I believe that Raid Captain is better on Mayhem Berserker than Cursed Doll. I think Raid Captain with the max, with the capped movement speed, like you get on the Berserker with Mayhem, gives you 18% more attack power, as opposed to Cursed Doll, who just gives you 16%. Right? This is the math, I believe. I am not maining Berserker or anything like that, so yeah. But as far as I know, that's how it goes. Do you think Artist is going to release this year? No, I don't think so. Actually, they specifically stated that Artist is not going to come before any of the older classes that are available in Lost Ark. So Artist, soonest, I believe, next year February. Yeah. How do I deal with the heat? What heat exactly? I live in a country where it's not really that hot. If you mean like real life heat, or do you mean something else? It's gonna be 30 degrees this weekend here in Estonia. Well, that's pretty bad, yeah. Anything above 30 degrees Celsius is pretty bad. But it's much better compared to other countries, for example, that are in Middle Europe or South Europe, which have like 40 as their default. Yeah. Here in Bucharest, you cannot breathe on the street. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about Romania, for example, is one of those countries which has pretty high temperatures, above 30. 55 in my country. Vicas heat, yeah. Yeah, the Vicas heat. How do you deal with Vicas? You use splendid pots, right? Everyone on splendid pot should be fine. Get the bard. You're good to go. People in Korea are changing mains like at every fart. Every little bit of a change that makes the class not S tier, but just A tier. They're already, some of them are changing mains, and it becomes this sort of an exciting trend to talk about, simply because oh my God, some people are changing mains from Gunslinger to I don't know. Glavier right now, and what's happening with Gunslinger? Should I also change my main? You know, most normal people will not do that. Yeah, it's just those who, I don't know, who just, I believe, cannot stand playing the second best DPS, and they just want like the one bestest of the bestest. So yeah. and that obviously has to do with balance changes, right? When there is a balance patch, a little balance patch, or a major balance patch, some things do change. They don't change drastically. It's not like nobody's gonna take you in a group all of a sudden after a balance patch, um, but they do change a little bit. So, does solo chaos reward you with the same as matchmaking? Yes. Yeah. Can you believe me that I've never done Chaos Dungeon as a matchmake in my life? Well, not the new version of the Chaos Dungeons. Chaos Dungeons were not always like this. Chaos Dungeons used to be different when the game started. But this newer version, I've never done it with someone else. I've always done it solo. Sorry, I've never done it with matchmaking. I do it every day with someone else, just to help them out, but yeah. I don't see any difference in rewards. What's the best DPS right now? Sorcerers, no? I think. Has been for a very long time though. Yeah. I kind of regret maining Deathblade. I wish I played an easier class. Well, Deathblade has become a little bit more complicated now after this, let's say, change, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, nerf to Surge. It's a little bit more complicated to play, but no, yeah, I guess you're right. It's not like just pressing 3 buttons anymore, right? Yeah, you know, the problem with meta chasers is that in Lost Ark it literally doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter at all. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't. It's not about meta. It's not about the fact that you could play your class to the fullest, and because of that, you somehow have achieved something different in Lost Ark or something else. Valtan is still Valtan with the same mechanics and the same loot table. Even if you don't play a meta class, even if all of your DPSs are, I don't know, scrappers or whatever. So you know, it's not one of those games where you have to chase the meta, at least for some reason, like some sort of prestige or whatever. It's a game that's just about, you know, doing mechanics right, DPSing as constantly as you possibly can, and, you know, doing your counters, doing your positioning places, doing your it's about that. It's not about you know, getting the most crit chance for your party as humanly possible. Because if you have in your party someone that is maybe a bit uncomfortable, or if, I don't know, some shit happens and you're not prepared for it, or if you're missing a bard, or you know, if you're missing one engraving that's not there and it should be there, it's so you know, it gets to be so bizarrely stupid to just get everything according to meta, when in fact you go in there and you just finish the content. I don't know, get a 1490 in your group and there's your Valtan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a little bit more about other things as opposed to chasing meta classes. And hi everyone, those of you who joined us recently, thank you so much for joining, by the way. If you're here and you're enjoying the stream, or you're enjoying myself, then please give this video a like. Yeah, there's also a like button here on YouTube for streams. So I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, tag me, you know, at Saivo. Becomes orange so I can see it. I feel kind of messed up on my destroyer. When I went 4x3 with one of them being Spirit Absorption because it feels that I lack damage without Barricade. Master Brawler, yeah, absolutely. Master Brawler, Master Brawler on Destroyer is the engraving. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, to go Spirit Absorption on Destroyer is such a waste of an engraving. Simply because there are so many other amazing engravings that you can get on Destroyer, and even 5, even 6 slots of an engraving. 6 engraving slots is not enough on a Destroyer. Obviously, you're going to get one of your class engravings, right? You're going to get Cursed Doll, you're going to get Grudge, you're going to get Master Brawler. That's already the 4 that you need as a standard. And on top of that, there can be so many other engravings, like for example, Barricade. Fantastic engraving, right? Um, to have as a 5th. Because you're always sort of shielded, no matter what build you play, Gravity Training or Rage Hammer, um, you're shielded during your big skills. So yeah. How's the Lost Ark? How's Lost Arking going? I remember watching you as a complete noob, and now I'm 333, 321, Gunslinger, 1490, fully free to play. Your tips help me a lot. Well, thank you, and good job, by the way. Good job for getting there. Very nice. For me, it's going great. A little bit confused right now as to which class I should continue honing, but generally speaking, it's just going great. Can you give us a little bit more details on the upcoming Trial Abyss rewards? Let's just do that together. Of course I can. I already did, so I'm just going to search for a video of mine where I actually talked about it. Where are we? This is not the one. There we go. Here you go. Here, in this video of mine, I have talked about everything that's coming, including the Trial Abyss, right? And I am even sort of showing a little bit of the rewards here from my Korean account, yeah. What's the best classes in terms of mobility and consistent damage, in my opinion? I think that the Gunslinger is good in that regards. Very nice and mobile class. I believe that War Dancer is also a nice and mobile class. Yeah, these two are cool. And they have also fast mobility. I believe Scrapper is also a class that's very mobile. Will I be main switching when Summoner gets released in EU? This is actually what I was debating with myself. If I'm actually going to do that, if I'm going to change my main when Summoner comes out. And the answer to that question is I don't know. At the moment, I don't know. At the moment, you know, there's obviously my artillerist that I've been playing so far, and he's at 1445 since Valtan came out, right, that week, the first week. And I really don't know what am I supposed to do with my artillerist. Am I supposed to hone him more? Am I supposed to stop here and change to destroyer, or what exactly is supposed to be my plan? So because of that, I have no idea how to answer that question. Summoner for me has been a fantastic experience in Korea for several years, because not only I like the class in PvE content, but more importantly even, I really enjoy the class in PvP content. And I'm personally a big fan of PvP content, which I have done zero of for the duration of our release. Well, 0, just insignificant amount of it. Simply because I just don't want to play any other class in PvP. I hate losing in PvP, and I'm sort of like a a sore loser, if that makes sense. So I just, at least if I lose on Summoner, I'm not upset about it. I'm just okay, I wasn't good enough. But if I lose on any other class, I just feel like I have not done as good as I could do. So at least on Summoner, I don't really have these self-blame feelings, if that makes any sense. So I don't want to play any PvP until that comes. And when that's gonna come, I don't know if I'm just gonna keep it as a PvP character, just at level 50 with just to log in so I can PvP on it. And I would be maining in PvE some other character, or should I start putting aside now and stay forever at 1445 until January next year? So because of that, I'm very conflicted. What I do know, I think I know that for sure, is that I don't want to I don't want to main an artillerist. So an artillerist was never my main, and it cannot be my main because I just don't feel like it's a main material for me personally. So yeah, you guys want to do, some of you guys want to do Descaluda? Maybe. I'm gonna create a lobby. Let's create a lobby. Let's invite a friend also. And let's create a lobby. I'm gonna name it Big Huge. Okay, if anyone wants to join, please feel free. You have to be Big Huge DPS. Supercharge is a must-have. I don't agree with that. No, I don't think Supercharge is a must-have engraving in terms of DPS output. Supercharge is a must-have engraving in terms of the first two that applied, guys. I accepted. Okay, so it wouldn't be any. Thank you so much, by the way, for applying. Supercharge is very nice to have because of a little bit of DPS, but also convenience, right? Supercharge is nice. But if you take Supercharge off and you replace it with Master Brawler or Barricade, you will do more damage on a static dummy. Wait, what's happening? Was it me? Holy cow, I'm so bad. Supercharge goes very good with the Rage Hammer build. Rage Hammer build is the build which does a bit less damage than the Gravity training, but at the same time it's easier to play and easier to actually get your skills out in fast-paced content, like the Legion raids, for example. So yeah, that's why Supercharge is also there. Supernatural, basically. Wasn't even looking. What are my thoughts on gatekeeping, like in Descaluda? People now only accept 1450 item level. I think that people can accept whatever item level they wish to accept. I think that if you get to a point where, I don't know, you just simply don't want to get lower item level players, it's your choice. I think everyone can do whatever they want to. The game gives them the opportunity to do whatever, and I think it's okay. Would I do that myself? Most likely not, because I don't necessarily insist on having only 1450s or whatever, or above, or I don't necessarily insist on having only my item levels or more. because I understand what is sort of a good build for Descaluda, and I understand what you should be looking to have in your party members, and you don't necessarily need 1490s to finish it. But if someone wants to do it, that's absolutely their choice, and it's fine. Some people want to finish runs faster. Some people don't trust other people that are low gear score simply because they think, hey, he's a noob anyway, right? Whoever I'm going to get from LFG is a noob. So because of that, I might as well try to get someone that's high item level, that at least this noob is high item level and his item level is going to do the damage for him, right? I believe that's the logic here. Oh no, and no one countered, and God damn. Made the Scrapper yesterday, and it's pretty fun. I will try Artillery soon. Yeah, Scrapper is really nice. Scrapper is nice. For Artillerist Relic sets, what is the breakdown? 222 till Vikas? No. No, I believe that if you are playing... I think that if you're playing Specialization... No, we're full. If you want if you want to play Specialization or Artillerist, I apologize, Mark. I love you very much, but we're full with other people. Then you should get this set, the Hallucination set. You shouldn't necessarily replace your Argos set with some legendary Valtan set or whatever, so you can have two pieces of different sets. I don't see the value in that, honestly. I just don't. I don't see that there's an immediate need, again, for you to do that. Luckily it's in the wall. Not anymore. I would return to Lost Ark, but I'm waiting for the Reaper class. Yeah, I think Reaper should come this year. So I believe that you're safe on that. Later this year. Quite sad, right? That people have to... that people don't have the classes that they want to play, right? And they know they're coming. But at the same time, it can happen in every other MMO. Just because Lost Ark already has more classes released, other MMOs have also the same thing, where at one point, 3-4 years into the MMO, they release a new class that's appealing to some people, so they would have to start all over from the beginning and main that one, right? It happens in some other MMOs. Generally, MMOs don't really release new classes, maybe once in a few years, but... If I missed any of your questions, guys, please, can you ask them again? I apologize. I was scrolled up in chat and I didn't see. So no good relic stuff. We're gonna keep these to check them for later. This is a 2, this is 2 2s, this is a 2. These are all crap. And in terms of stones, not now, crap, and we can check it. That is most likely crap. Yep, crap. Right. What else do we have? We have some boss rush tickets, huh? Thunder Wings in 12 minutes, but I have to go do more. Okay. Blah, blah. If my plan is to go to 1475 on main and 5 1415s next reset, do you feel Vicas normal is worth pushing alts for with it for pugability, or do you feel that I should wait until you can 1445 alts? I don't know how many people are going to pug Vicas, but the good part with this is that you don't have to sort of pug it. Your olds can be in pre-mades of other guild pre-mades, right, that are looking for their last member. There's always so many people in LFG looking for content, like a raid guild group, or a guild raid group, or a party of friends looking for the last 2 members or whatnot, and you can basically join a pre-made, which is even better than, you know, pugging P1 Argos or whatever with your old, like an old run. So I think you shouldn't worry about having groups if you go to 1430 on Vicas, for example. Pushing your alts from 1400 to 1430 as opposed to 1415, I apologize. I don't know, is it worth it for the extra, what is it, 3,500 gold? Because that's the only thing you get access to at 1430 compared to 1415, right? I don't know. It's gonna take many weeks before you can make up the money that you spend on mats, right? Unless you're just paying real money just to have more characters to do more content with, to have more fun in game, play more, then that's perfectly fine. You don't have to take any of this into consideration, but yeah. I know you covered this in your videos, but I hear a lot of crosstalk. Can you kind of do a class rundown on Scouter? I've heard people say it's the best class in the game, and it's not good at raiding. Scouter is great for PvP content. Let's just change characters so we can do some other stuff while we wait. So Scouter is great for PvE content, for PvP content. It's since its release, it's always been fantastic for PvP. In terms of raiding, okay, I don't see Scouter as being, I don't know, the most amazing class for raiding, but I don't see it being like the least effective there either, or the hardest to play. Scouter has pretty nice survivability. It has a couple of mobility skills as well that they can potentially use. So it's not the worst class either for Legion raid content. I haven't checked the most recent balance patch to see if they got any buffs or any nerfs, because I actually skipped that part on purpose because we don't have the Scouter class. My destroyer is tier 1 at the moment. Should I wait until the Punica power pass, or should I just level to tier 3? I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't use these Punica Power Pass. Shit, I have the wrong build. I wouldn't use these. I wouldn't use this Punica Power Pass because I would like to get roster level by finishing the story. So I would sort of do it manually. It takes a little bit slower, but I would. Um, Plus, Destroyer is a fantastic class to level up normally without power passing it, because you can finish everything you want to finish on it, even solo. It does an insane amount of damage, and you get yourself in tier 1, you get yourself 2 engravings on you, and you're already Gucci for any content, including the tower, right? Yeah. Of course, a Punica Power Pass does save you about 40,000 gold if you would be to buy everything else because you're in a hurry. But I recommend that you wouldn't be in a hurry. And take it easy, get some roster level also. Yeah. But of course, it's something that you can use. Using a power pass, whatever pass it is, a Phaeton pass, a Punica pass, whatever, basically finishes the story for you also. It's just like the knowledge transfer system. The only problem is that you don't get the roster XP for finishing that story. And there's a good amount of roster levels from finishing this story. For a few hours of your time, you get good amount of roster XP, and it looks good on your account. And people look at it, and it's sort of another way to prove that you've been playing Lost Ark as opposed to just boosting all day long. You've boosted your gear, you've boosted your roster level, you just boost everything. So yeah. Normally people don't really care about what your roster level is, except some of the groups. But eventually, for example, when you're gonna want to join maybe a pre-made or whatnot with that character, I don't know, people might look at your roster level and think that, what have you been doing, right? I think Punica Power Pass should come with the Arcanist. Yeah. So next month in July, I believe we're gonna also get the Punica Power Pass. So if you wanna wait, then you can wait. For me personally, I also have had recently a Destroyer in tier 1 content, and it took me 10 days of actively playing that character every day, doing dailies, doing my Chaos Dungeons, of course my tower, to get past tier 1 into tier 2. So 2 resets, right? Let's say it like that. So it's not a big deal. Punica Power Pass puts you at 1302, and you already have completed the Punica story as well, alongside everything else before. I pay gold for getting to Punica? Okay. Well, if that's your choice, or if that's how you want to play it, either pay gold to get to Punica, like as fast as possible, past tier 1 and 2, you don't want to spend there not a single day, then in that case absolutely use a Punica Power Pass, because as I said, it saves you all of the gold that you need to hone tier 1 and 2. Yeah. If these are your choices. Personally, I would play all of this content. I don't even like to use the knowledge transfer system, for example. What's the time? It's 55. We still have time for another Chaos Dungeon on this character. This is one of my ults, and then we can go to Moake. You cannot use roster level to check if someone's good. Roster level means you've finished a lot of quests. Quests can be just regular quests, yellow quests, red quests, story quests, which means several alts. You have played several alts through the story. That gives you a lot of roster XP. Several alts also gives you access to several runs of the tower dungeons, both for tier 1 and for tier 2, which is a lot of roster XP. I think it's 3 full roster XP levels per alt that you have on your account. So, that's a good amount. And also collectibles, right? Collectibles are also very important and play a big part in your roster XP. So you cannot really tell if someone's good just because they have a high roster level. Boss rush, very many boss rush runs also give you a good amount of roster XP. Doing secret maps, every time you enter a secret map, it gives you roster XP. And some people were, let's say, buying for the first few months of the game, they were buying secret maps with gold. So in essence, you can buy roster level with gold also. Right? So you cannot really tell if someone's good, but what you can tell is if someone has actually played more of this game besides just paying real money for his gear. You understand what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a difference if someone has paid real money but at the same time has also played, compared to just someone having paid real money and not having played at all. Um, I know you're thinking that it's just old and story and it's like boring crap that doesn't really make you a good player, and that's true. Um, but being more invested in Lost Ark than just gear or honing um, means that at least you understand what is a mechanic. I don't fucking know what is a Discord server or something like that. Like how should you treat your engravings, or um, you know, at least in my opinion. But it doesn't show that you're skilled. Same as having a high item level does not show that you're skilled. Um, if I would be 1490 right now, I would have the same skill level as I currently have and the same knowledge, so it wouldn't really make any difference. It's just a way to impress, I don't know, the people who are new to the game, I guess. I don't know. Would I recommend specialization critical artillerist for tier 2 and early tier 3 as well? No. I recommend swiftness. Um, I've played swiftness on artillerist all the way until relic sets. So all the way until Valtan, I played swiftness. I played a little bit of Valtan with swiftness also before I got my first pieces of the Valtan bone for my first 2 pieces of the set. At which point I also swapped to specialization. I think the specialization build is boring, especially in, let's say, easier content like for example Chaos Dungeons. I also think that the specialization build is not really helpful in content like Argos, where that boss just has completely random patterns and mechanics that he does, and he is always moving around. You cannot, as a specialization artillerist, you just literally only get lucky to find him at the stable spot while you have bombardment or whatnot, or you don't. So I think that a specialization build during this kind of completely random content, when you yourself as a player cannot rationalize what's coming next, or cannot think what's coming next, I think it's not a good build for it. Let's just see if we can catch also Moake. Can we catch? Yeah, I guess we're gonna catch Moake on artillerist. Um, yeah. The Steam charts right now still doesn't show a dip at inactive times. Yeah, I also noticed that yesterday. I didn't. I had a video I talked yesterday about this, but I didn't really want to go too deep into the dips because I just had like a 2-day period to compare, so I couldn't really tell. But the dips didn't really seem to be there, even after they've banned 600,000 people. Um, yeah, I have this feeling that we might actually have sort of around 150,000 active players because right after maintenance, I was streaming last week right after maintenance, and um, the first batch of people that logged in were 115,000, so 115. And I was talking to you guys, and we were discussing the possibility that we have around 150,000, not like it's now 260. That would sort of create the dip. I'm very curious at which point will Lost Ark actually create the dip. Um, yeah. Sorry, someone was asking about the transition after. I was just catching up with chat. I apologize. Someone was asking about the transition after Relic Gear. What's gonna happen next? And after Relic Gear, there is the Ancient Gear, and then after Ancient, there is also the Esther. Right? Esther doesn't work like all of your previous sets of gear, all of your previous grades. Sorry, it works a little bit in a different way. You evolve it as opposed to hone it, and these materials that you use to evolve your Esther, which is blue, this light blue, like the story quests after level 30, right? It's only the weapon at the moment, and we get the star. No, we did not get the star. Anyway, thank you. And it's very expensive. It's really expensive, like mega insanely, absolutely crazily expensive to get yourself to a Wester to Esther level. I don't have Esther grade anything on my Korean account even. It was just too insane of a grind, and I didn't even have enough players there, people to farm that particular content with. You get drops, these Esther drops to make your weapon or to evolve your weapon to blue grade. You get them from the clown, you get them from Breshaza, so 1375, 1520 or above, of course. Yeah. After really great accessories, we're also going to have this ancient grade accessories, which looks sort of like like this kind of color that the ground is here. It's kind of light golden sort of color. Yeah, but we need Breshaza for that. So until Breshaza, there is no such thing. And they are also a higher item level craft. These sets that we craft now, Relic, there's gonna be one other type of sets that we can craft, or craft request, but only after we get Belshazzar, and they start at a higher item level than the current sets of Relic and Legendary. Now, where were we? We were on the other character, right? Why do they manage to delay every update? This doesn't happen in other regions where all updates have concrete dates. This is just my opinion, and this is pure speculation. But what I think is happening with Lost Ark in the West is that Amazon provides the servers, the GMs, and also notepads of feedback to Smilegate in Korea. I believe that Smilegate in Korea has an L10N that's working, a localization product manager or whatever it is. And I believe that Smilegate is giving Amazon everything that is to follow. I think that Smilegate is giving them the patch notes. I think that Smilegate is obviously giving them the patches so that they can upload to our version of the game. And I also believe that Smilegate is the final say in terms of what's coming based on the feedback that Amazon is giving and maybe some input from Amazon themselves in terms of, I don't know, monetization or whatever they can do or not do here, or they want to do it. So everything that's delayed is because of Smilegate not giving Amazon the things yet. Might that be the patch notes or whatever. This is my interpretation of how things work right now, and I think Amazon would like to give us everything all the time very fast, but they just cannot because they just don't have them, nor do they know when they're gonna have it. Right? So yeah, everything in other, well, at least in Korea, everything is known very far ahead. Right? They have these big streams where they highlight when things are going to come, and generally speaking, 80% of the times they keep their word with 80% of the pieces of content that they announce. Um, in our case, it was a little bit rocky at the moment. I do think they have their reasons why they sometimes change their minds, or sometimes they find critical errors for things. So yeah, I think Smilegate is also a little bit maybe overwhelmed with so many regions, let's say, sort of, that they need to manage or whatnot. And it obviously sucks for us, yeah, that we don't know anything except a few hours before. Um, However, they seem to be trying to do a better job. At least they gave us a rough roadmap of what's coming in June and July. So at least we know that. Why was Vicas not last week and it's this week? Maybe. We don't know. I don't think we're ever going to find out the reason why. But yeah. Wasn't Shoeshire the endgame content in Japan? No, Shoeshire was was never the endgame content. Shoeshire was never the endgame content anywhere. But yeah, will be next week. I mean, we don't know. Mid-June. That's a great meme. That's a fucking great meme. The mid-June meme. Holy cow. Yeah. Um, I believe that they said mid-June because they thought they're gonna be able to do it, um, but they couldn't. So they wanted to, but I think they just couldn't. Oh shit! I didn't have any normal missions sent out. That's bad. That's really bad. I believe that this is the first day of our release where I actually forgot to send missions overnight, which sucks. Yeah. Okay, so we got one max loot for the SS rank, right, on Yoho, but then we got an S and we got only two Greater Honor Leap Stones, so we've basically lost. But hey, we lost a little bit. Who has time to do every Guardian raid on every one of my 5 characters? Definitely not me. I'd rather do something else. There's so much to do in Lost Ark. Cool. So this character is sort of done for today. Let's just quickly swap to where's my this guy right here. Will there be a tier 4? At the moment they didn't announce anything, but this week on the 25th, they will have a Loa on stream. And during these Loa on streams, they will have the summer Loa on. And during these streams, they generally announce big things that are to come on to the Korean version. So we might get some sort of announcement for tier 4, maybe 2023 or whatnot. But last time they had a Loa on, which was winter last year. They had it, I believe, in December. They specifically said that they have absolutely no plans for tier 4 after tier 3. Yeah, so at least players in Korea have had plenty of time, very many months of you know, the maximum item level being, I don't know, 16, 15. So they had a lot of time, and you don't even need 16, 15 for anything. So you know, they had a good time. But last year, at the beginning of last year, they didn't have such a good time because there was a lot of new content hitting their face all the time, and they had a lot to learn and a lot to hone. But the devs promised that they will change that, right? And they have. Where am I? We're going to do this one and the Nameless Valley one, right? Yeah, if you guys wanna give me something to read, you can come join my Discord and you can post it here in the Lost Ark General. I see that you guys are talking something about Reddit or whatnot. Maybe that's not for me, but just saying, yeah. I have also Discord. It's linked below. By the way, I found today. I just found this particular website, which is just absolutely glorious. Let me just give you the link as well. Actually, maybe some of you are playing on the North American servers. Let's just remove this. So you have here your region, right, where you want to check the marketplace for Lost Ark. This is just fantastic. This is a fantastic tool. I don't need my spreadsheet anymore. My spreadsheet, which was this one, where I used to keep track of prices myself. Now I literally just don't need it because I have this other place that has the same sort of graphs, and you can check how it has evolved in the past few days, past couple of weeks, or from the beginning. They don't have from the beginning of the game. They just have data from when they started this particular website. I linked it in the YouTube chat, by the way, so you can go take a look. I just found out about this today, and it's just absolutely glorious. I don't know how often they're going to update or how often they do update it, but it's probably more often than my spreadsheet, which is every day. And yeah, it's just awesome for comparison and also to check what are the price trends, what's been happening here. Is this going to go anytime higher? Is this going to go lower or higher? This is on the rise. You know, why is it on the rise? People are making alts. Why are they making alts? It's a lot of interesting things, and also to check what you should be crafting to sell. Is this more worth to craft than this? You know, is this going down, up? Very nice. I've shared it in chat. Oh, really? People register as a... So this is what this means. Apply to become a watcher. Is this what this means? It's a manual process. Gotcha. All right. So they need to sort of trust people that they would do a good job with this, and this would be accurate. Right. So it's a community effort. So same as my spreadsheet, right? Which I manually update with all of these prices. Someone comes here and updates these things. What a fantastic community work, though. Bravo to whoever is involved in doing this. I would sort of get involved myself. This is great. Yeah. Anyway, just found out about it today. Do you think we're gonna get character expansion? I don't know. No? Maybe. Gold Island in 45 minutes? That's nice. Which one is the island, though? We're gonna have to go and see. Because if I don't need the soul, I'm not doing it. We have Oblivion. Oblivion Island, I do need the soul. That's nice. Alright, that's perfect. And we can also have a chance for the adventure, right? Awesome. Definitely gonna do this. You cannot really compare what was the content release cadence for other regions, simply because much of the content wasn't created yet. It was not out in any place, so you cannot really base it on that. Plus, also every region has their own needs. Every publisher has their own, sort of requests that we might want that, we might want this. I believe that Amazon is the publisher that's the least demanding. I believe that they want a successful game more than they want specific profits from the game, while Mail.ru, the Russian publisher, was sort of to the greedy side. They even requested changes, like changes that really impact the game and honing. And I don't mean rates, I mean actual materials. So this was just a gigantic change to the game that Mail.ru requested specifically for their region. So you're in good hands here with the Western release. I know, it might not seem that they care or whatnot because they don't really say much. But I think that this is by far the best version that was released. And it was hard for them to pull. Fuck, another tuna. God damn, I'm already at 49 days. Like, really. Can you say after me, we want Summoner now? Yeah, that'll be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen. I did yesterday a couple of maps. Actually, I did one Legendary Grade Tier 2 map. This is for my Tier 2 character. I think I should have some blue pouches as well. No? No, where's my blue pouches? Maybe they're already here. Oh yeah, they're already here because I did some blue maps as well. Right. Okay, let's get into some content with this also. Hi Saibo, how is your day? Thank you so much for asking. But yeah, my day is going pretty good. I just literally started my day after the reset. Always after the reset, I'm very excited to get into the game and get my daily things. Some resets are better than some others. Like for example, Thursday after the weekly reset, or Friday when I still have runs for a variety of other content, because I can get more gold. And do more things. When I have enough energy of repose, those resets are also pretty nice. How do I decide which build is better? I spend tens upon tens of hours in Trixion, actually. Yeah, that's what I always do. I go and look at Loawa also. I think Loawa is a good resource for you to get an idea what builds are being played at a high level in Legion raids, and what builds are being seen as better than others. Loawa is a Korean website. Um, you can translate it with Google Translate, where you can see, for example, a ranking of the Korean players. So it's a good resource for you to get an idea of what is actually happening in the Korean scene. And with that knowledge, what I do is I think, why is that build better than the other build? And it's generally common sense. Even though Koreans prefer builds that are high damage, I'm gonna show it to you also. I will show the website. So this is Loawa. It's just simply loawa.com. Here you go. And you have here a button called ranking. And in this ranking, for example, if you wanna go to, I don't know, destroyer, you will see that there's literally not a single destroyer besides this in the top 20 most geared destroyers that plays gravity training. And then you have to ask yourself the question, why does no one play gravity training? And then I go to Trixion and I start testing the builds. I start looking into why these guys played this. Why is a supercharge an engraving that they use, even though it doesn't really do as much damage as Master Brawler for you? So all of these questions, and I test and I figure out and try to understand why they play like that. And if I, with my pre-made or with the version of content that we got, can play a different sort of build. Do I do things solo, or do I do it like them, always in a group? Because if I do things solo, then there's not much point to play Rage Hammer, simply because the boss is always turned to me, so I get a lot of head attacks with hypergravity, and Master Brawler becomes much more prevalent than a supercharge. And this is just like an example for the destroyer. You can also see here the sets that they use, right? And you can go and think, why do they use these sets? Do they need them? Why do they need them? And so on. And you can do this for every single class and try to understand. And if you click on a name, it also shows you their engravings and the stats that they play, which further can add to your I never take anything at face value. These are the stats here. This is crit, and this is specialization, swiftness, and these are his engravings. So yeah. But no, generally speaking, I never take things at face value. Just because someone else plays like that doesn't mean that I should play like that also. But most of the times, what you see there on Loawa is the best build to play for one or another reasons. Either, like in the Destroyer's case, the Rage Hammer build is the one that you can reliably play in end game content. By that I mean Legion raids. While Gravity Training, even if it does more damage, in theory, they already probably know it does more damage, and they still don't play it simply because you just cannot get it off as often as you have to get it off, right? So yeah, what you see on Loawa is probably what you should be doing yourself as well, so you can even take them one-to-one. Yeah. Oh yeah, and for a Western resource, because I forgot that also, I myself, I'm writing guides for Icy Veins, for example. I know I don't have a lot of guides on my channel, but I have guides here that I have written, and other content creators that are very nice people like Wilkie, Kanima, Shandayman have written guides, class guides here. For example, I have my Artillerist, the Firepower Enhancement, which is the build you play with Swiftness, right? In detail. It's just like written here in detail. everything that you need to use, why, what's the rotation, what's the point of everything, why would you have to do things like that and not the other way, what stats you need, what pets, what card set, and why. Right, this is another great resource for you. Actually, let me just give you the Lost Ark thing. It's still work in progress. We just started putting our guides here, writing them on Icy Veins. So it's a work in progress for very many places, like these general guides. We're still trying to add them, the menus and how they look, the skill builder. They're working on a builder that is integrated with the website. But these are fantastic guides, and these are guides made by people who actually have played thousands of hours of this class, not just just a guide thrown in there because I have to, right? We're gonna have also, by the way, on Icy Veins, we're gonna have a Vicas guide. That's gonna be a pretty nice guide also. Um, we were late with some things because we weren't just there. Like for example, Valtan. But we will have a very nice Valtan guide. By this time, you guys, all of you, already know Valtan, right? So no point in reading that. But for future content, we're gonna be also there. Very nice place. Highly recommend. And I also have my videos, right? For example, on Artillerist, I have videos for both of the class builds, the Swiftness one and the Specialization one, where we actually dive deep, and I also show you the rotation, and we talk about why. What's my opinion on Deathblade? I really enjoy having one in my groups. I think it's pretty sweet. I think it got a little bit of a difficulty boost with the most recent balance patch, but I think it's still a very nice class, very viable, very nice to play. Is the Hell mode just a DPS check? No, actually Hell mode is a skill check more than a DPS check. There's no potions, right? So you have to do the mechanics right, perfect, in order to to get past that encounter. Hey, thank you so much, buddy, Justin. I appreciate you. Became a member to my channel. Very, very nice. Awesome. So the Hell mode is more of a mechanics check than anything else. Of course, it's a DPS check also, right? Because in some boss fights there is even some different mechanics than in the regular boss fight, and it's also a DPS check, of course, because doing mechanics right, playing your class to its fullest, means that you also do more DPS than if you don't play your class to its fullest. I think I like a gunslinger in my group more than I like a Deathblade. Because someone was asking. I really like the crit synergy in parties. I think it's very, very valuable because you can get to build your character with a little bit more of a different stat than just going so much crit to compensate for 90% or 95% yourself. I think a crit synergy is really cool to have. So gunslinger, very nice. What did they call the male version, the Devil Hunter. Because Sharpshooter is the Hawk, is the Ranger, right? And I just have a brain freeze right now. I don't remember how they call the male version of the Deadeye, right? Deadeye. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Now, do we have any boss rush tickets? No, we don't. Stoops said my stream is very cozy. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. We have Master Brawler and Hitmaster. No. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Well, let's do our Guardian raids, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you're from. Nice to have you. Stoops loves you. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. Stoops was talking very highly of you yesterday. Why? Like last week, I streamed, I think 4 times. I had 4 streams last week. Oops, we don't have any potions. Okay, so I don't have any potions. We're gonna have to wing this. And we're also probably going to die a couple of times. But that's all good. Last week I was streaming for a couple of times, and some of you again told me that Stoops was talking about me and that Saint Tone was talking about me. This week again, apparently yesterday, they were talking about me. I appreciate them. Very nice of them. They have done a very good job with their streams for Lost Ark's Western release. Very happy for them. Last time I checked, it was a couple of months ago. I think in maybe at the beginning of April, and both of them, Stoops and Saint Own, they got. No! I need to get out. Too late. Both of them, Saint Own and Stoops. I saw in April at the beginning that they had a good amount of viewers, so I was very, very happy for them. That sort of with Lost Ark, they've made it in that sense. So yeah, very happy to see that they're still going at it, right? We need to push this boss to go away from here. Don't release that earlier. Sorry, I'm just trying to be extra careful this time because I just don't have any pots. And I don't want these runs to take longer than they normally do. So because of that, the goal is to not take any damage. And also not waste hypergravity like I would have pressed it now and he's moving. They were saying how they wanted me to stream on Twitch. Yeah, so about streaming on Twitch, I'm definitely to be considered. A few days ago I actually went to Twitch to check my profile and to see what they have done. I talked about it, that I think it's such a great streamer interface there on Twitch. I believe that streaming Lost Ark on Twitch is mega valuable because Amazon pushed this was not good. Amazon pushed Lost Ark very highly and pushed Lost Ark on Twitch very highly, while they did not push it on YouTube at all. Like they just literally didn't even care, like it didn't exist. So I believe it's very cool to be a Lost Ark streamer on Twitch. Okay, this was bad. This was just bad. Yeah. We're not gonna use a feather because feathers also cost. Hey, thank you, Faisal, and nice to see you. Okay, so we used one death. Are we gonna catch this? Yes, we are. We're a goddamn destroyer. Of course we're gonna catch this. Hey, thank you so much for the 10 Canadian dollars, Faisal. I really appreciate you. Look at that nice super sticker. Look at that nice YouTube donation, speaking of Twitch, huh? Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm always thinking about Twitch. It's always on my mind when I should be going there or how I should do this. Yeah. At the moment, it's a combination of two things. Oh my god, he pushed me into the red shit. At the moment, it's a combination of two things. One of those things is that YouTube content for Lost Ark is either like this garbage clickbait that you wanna tell people to check the marketplace, but instead of just telling them that in a tweet, you have to absolutely make it into a clickbait title that sounds sort of like you must absolutely do this, otherwise you're screwed. So I don't necessarily feel like doing that. I've done it a few times in my life, but to do that all the time just to get clicks on YouTube, that's lame. And at the same time, I want to have YouTube content as well. So one of the reasons why I'm streaming on YouTube is because I want to be active on the platform right now in these times where I actually feel that being active here on YouTube is sort of a challenge. We need to run away. Hey, thank you so much, Justin. Gifted 5 memberships to my channel. Hey, that's so cool. Who got them? Look, Kisu got them, Martin got them, Cookie got them, Lian and Mr. Costa. Thank you so much. See, you can do all the stuff that you want to do on Twitch. You can do it on YouTube as well. You can gift memberships. You can donate. Whatever you want to do, you can absolutely do it. There you go. Last hypergravity, and then we're good. He's gonna die in this hypergravity? Probably not. Am I gonna die before we kill him? Maybe last hit? Last moment of opportunity? No. Now is the last one. Hey, there you go. Very nice. Thank you so much, Justin. Very nice of you. Hey, by the way, if you're a member here, you also have a variety of emotes. I mean, you have the Kick W, you have the 4 Weird, you have the Kappa for those of you who are, over 35 years old. So, there's some stuff. There's some stuff here on YouTube also, my friends. Yeah. I just want to say hello before going to work. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. Hey, we still have one to do. So we only used one death and we didn't use any pots, which is great. Maybe I shouldn't even have pots on my bar, because if I do have them, then I'm sort of tempted to maybe skip mechanics and just not really pay attention. I dislike using pots because they're expensive. You know, I'm fine using pots if I'm progressing with my guildies, or you know, we have fun in Valtan and you know, these kinds of things. But like to use pots all the time on all of your characters for everything, eventually it's a minus in gold. And depends how long you're gonna progress on Valtan or on whatever Argos. Luckily, I still had the shield because that dash was a little bit off. Don't you just love it when you need him to turn and he just doesn't? And now exactly when my hypergravity is off, he does a tail swipe, like literally the second I lose my shield. Oh god. And for some reason it happens all the time with my destroyer. Like whenever I don't have a shield on, something happens. Like he goes up in the air and I have a nice shield on me, I just used it. And by the time he comes back down, it's just... I'm missing skills now. By the time he comes back down, you know, the shield is off and I get exactly the damage right then and there. Move, boy. Perfect. Am I still collecting a rapport? Am I still following the rapport merchants? No, I'm not. I haven't been collecting rapport and following the rapport merchants for months now. I've stopped all of my collectibles. They're the same almost as they were, I don't know, 2 months ago, right? Because I was focused on having some alts now. Honing, doing some other things. Hey, thank you so much, MS. Already member for 5 months. What are the main differences between Scrapper and War Dancer? Well, there's a lot of differences between these two classes. There's big differences in what they bring to a party, for example. There's also big differences in their survivability in that sense. Never die with hypergravity full as a destroyer, because if you die, the hypergravity bar gets reset. So might as well just use it and, you know, hope for the best. A Scrapper is a more survivable class than a War Dancer. Also, I would have to say that because of the HP coefficient, right? They have it higher than a War Dancer. Plus, also the playstyle is different. I feel that War Dancer is sort of a faster class that has some combos, while Scrapper is a bit of a slower, heavier kind of martial artist. Yeah. So we already died once. I'm not gonna go there. Against enemies that move a lot, you lose a lot of DPS with Master Brawler. Yes, that's true. That is correct. And since Master Brawler is sort of essential for a gravity training build, right? Because when you do hypergravity, you want to be in front of the bosses for the bonk bonk bonk. Then obviously that's one of the reasons why people don't really use gravity training build, right? If you play Rage Hammer, not only your charging skills get off faster because you will play Supercharge for the extra convenience, but at the same time, you don't depend on your innate skill. So your build is not going to be full specialization, right? So you're not going to feel bad even if you don't go into hypergravity mode, right? If you skip a hypergravity just because there's a mechanic. However, if you play specialization, you will feel bad if you skip a hypergravity, because the whole point of it is to go into this and do this. So yeah. For solo content, I don't think, like, for example, what I'm doing right now, that I'm soloing Guardian raids, I think having a this build, the gravity training build. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh yes. Oh yes. No chance for me to react. I just didn't charge it so I can catch the moment of opportunity for parts destruction. I just wanted to stay there. I didn't have any pots nor any HP, but I just wanted to stay there because I knew I wouldn't get CC'd. Um, yeah. I thought I would be missed by more tornadoes than I was. Uh, but that didn't happen. It's all good. But god, do I love this class. Holy cow, does this class feel good. Does this class feel good in Chaos Dungeons? You would think Artillerist is great, right? Because of the massive AoEs and stuff. But Artillerist is such a doty kind of class, like a damage over time sort of thing. At least it feels like that. Obviously, you have the homing barrage, you have the air raid, but you know those are not the only two skills you use. There's just two skills out of 8. Destroyer with preemptive strike. Holy cow, that's a class for botting Chaos Dungeons. Right on, very nice. Gold Island in 15 minutes. Very nice. Thank you so much, buddy, for reminding me. I actually forgot, but I wanted to do it. Any tips for changing your main? I am at 1470 and I get kind of bored not having like 120k to buy the best accessories. How is switching mains gonna help with that? I don't get it. Or you wanna like just start all over fresh because lower tier sort of things, legendary stuff is easier to get, the perfect ones. Or you can also run at 1470 with your legendary accessories. I don't think there's any problem in having 4 full engravings with legendary accessories. You can also have 4 plus another one with legendary stuff on yourself, right? 9 minutes to Oblivion Island. Let's do what do we have? Let's do this daily also. Where is it? I have to deliver it. Why am I in Yorn and I haven't delivered my Phaeton daily? Okay, so we have South Vern here, and Phaeton still has an hour and 20 minutes cooldown. All right, so since we're in Yorn, Oblivion Island, let's just go to... We're gonna teleport here to South Vern, and we're gonna exit then through North Vern, and we're gonna go all the way upwards to Oblivion Island. We're gonna camp there, the 9 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna set sail through North Vern. I mean to buy gems, not accessories. Or should I re-roll from my main gems? Right. Yeah, if you change your main, generally you take your gems and you re-roll them a couple of times if you're sure that other character is not gonna wanna use them. Oblivion Island is here, right? Yeah, it's here. It's this one. You ain't got nothing on me, buddy. It's your ghost ship. But hey, listen, a stray level 9. Almost the best sailors that you can possibly have. I'm missing the relic grade um, Black Fang, but I don't yet have a Tears of the Abyss to afford her. But minus that, it's pretty much built for speed. Think they will level let you get a stray higher than 11 than level 11. I don't think that their focus is on improving anything on the sea or in terms of the water content, so I don't think so, but who knows in the future, right? That's why I'm keeping my stray at level 9, because getting to 10 opens you another sailor slot, which is very important, obviously, if you have another sailor to socket there. Just to get to level 10 for no actual speed boost, but just another sailor slot and just keep it empty, or put just some shitty green sailor, like a general sailor, didn't seem to make sense for me. But when I'm going to get close to getting my first Tears of the Abyss, then I will definitely upgrade my stray to level 10 so I can have the relic Black Fang socketed there. How do we check how many times we've failed honing? there is there is an achievement here, I believe. Where was it? It was in character, normal. I'm sorry, last time I looked at this was somewhere on the Korean servers. Do I even know what they've done with... Was it here? In items. Okay, it was in items. Right. Items. There you go. This one here, strategic failure. But I don't think it's very relevant. Yeah, this also tells you when you have reached 500 fails. Yeah. In March. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know of any other place where you can check how many times you failed. I gotta go to work. Hey, thank you, Sea Wild. I remember Sea Wild from my Discord. Very active guy there. Can you show your sailor crew? Yeah, sure, of course I can show. We need to go to the closest port, yeah. Scrapper versus Destroyer. Which one's the higher damage on a low budget? Oh god. Z. Okay, Z. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Here you go. Yeah. I forgot that's a thing. I have this legendary Baracas. I have the relic Baracas. I have Sophia from the Pirate Island in exchange of Guyana coins, and also Black Fang from Rapport. I'm missing the relic grade Black Fang. Sorry. Why Sophia? Because it's part of the let's say story of the Astray. In the first 2 years of Lost Ark, this ship Astray meant a lot. It was completely different than it is now. The whole sea and water content and the ships, and Sophia was actually part of the story of the ship Astray. So now when I finally managed to get my own Astray on the Western version of things, which is very, very easy, by the way, compared to how it was before. In the first 2 years, if you wanted an Astray, you needed to farm pirate coins for 2.5 years in order to be able to afford Astray, based on the drop rates of pirate coins and where you could have farmed it. So it was a very, very long-term process, and basically no one had it until they sort of changed it and made more pirate coins available in the game. And Sophia was one of them. Plus, on top of that, it's a sailor that has 0.7 knots increased speed, which is better than Wilhelm, for example, that has 0.3. And better than other general sailors that I could equip, for example, Haberg 0.7, Mocha Mocha 0.4, or yeah. So that was the logic, but it's part sentimental. Yeah. You can buy a Tears of the Abyss from the bot at Punica. Yeah, I know. I'm sort of keeping some sun coins for that also. I mean, the sun coins, I don't have them on this character. They're in a box on my artillerist. But I didn't have enough sun coins because I've purchased the 14,000 sun coin. Fucking, what's the name of this guy? Baracas, yeah. Gold Island is up. Yeah, I'm currently waiting for it. Yeah. Why do you not have Relic Black Fang? So I had a choice in between Relic Baracas and Relic Black Fang. How do I explain this so I wouldn't sound like an idiot? I've left the Relic Black Fang for last. I chose Relic Baracas simply because let's say I care more about. I got my Black Fang from Rapport, and I believe that the story that you do with Black Fang during your Rapport quests is very nice, and I wanted her, that epic great sailor, to be the captain of the Astray, which is normally her, and not this shitty relic grade fake ass sailor that you get from Tears of the Abyss, which is a very new addition to the game, and it's obviously something that gives you more speed to your Astray, so I could be faster, but at the same time it loses a lot of sentimental value of who's captaining the Astray ship, right? Because if it's the Rapport Black Fang that's the captain, then that's how it should be. But if it's some I don't know, 2021 version of Black Fang, which has been made into a relic grade thing after all of the sea and water content has been changed, because there was no such thing before, by the way, then I felt that's a little bit fake, and even though I want to have it, I've left it for last because of these reasons. You shouldn't though, okay? You shouldn't. Yeah. Don't talk about my relic Black Fang like that. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good, you know. Each to their own. No, I'm not a role player. I just I really cared about the let's say Astray before these changes, and I've never had the Astray before the changes, and I worked really hard towards it. And then at one point they changed it alongside all of the sea and water content, and I was hugely disappointed because I was sort of like halfway to getting that prized thing, uh, but yeah. What build are we running? Uh, yeah, we can run this. When's the next episode of Fake News? I don't know. Dirty role player. It's just about Black Fang, mostly, and it's just about the Astray. I don't care much about any other ships. I believe that the Ghost ship had a very interesting story before the changes. Now it's all about getting barreled. Do you have barreled or not? And that's about it. Before it was so much different and so much more value to that ghost ship. And where did you get your sailors for the ghost ship? Where do you think you got your sailors for the ghost ship? You got them by finishing the ghost ship, and also you received them from the only NPC, well, the two only NPCs in game that deal with ghosts, which is, one of them is Frank on Starlight Island, which his wife is a ghost, right? And he was, his wife is a ghost on the ghost ship. So it was just so much, no, so much better. Yeah. And the Astray also had its own story, right? The resistances of the ships were also based on what kind of a ship is it? Is it a pirate ship? What do pirates do? What are pirates good at, right? And the sailors that were these sailors for your boats. It wasn't all about I need a Stray to be fast, and then I need the ghost ship so I can do damage in the ghost ship. That wasn't the point before. The sailors for the Astray were sailors that were very good at shipwrecks, for example, because what do pirates want to do? They love doing shipwrecks. So because of that, I'm using my awakening right here, as you saw it. Please clip that, so I would never forget it. Oh yes, nice. So it was much more based on logic than it was just on... Oh shit. Not paying attention at all. Nice. Actually, we can go here. Fake news with Vikas mid-June. Yeah, I should have thought about something like that with fake news, but I needed a little bit more drama to do the fake news. Fake news works if it's if there's some negative things going around, because I like to sort of make fun of people overreacting to things, like it was with the DPS meter. I personally wouldn't want a DPS meter in Lost Ark. I don't think that the game should have one. Um, but and I was a very pro DPS meter several years ago. But I got to understand that it's not about that. So I wanted to make fun of the DPS meter with with let's do the guild also with the fake news. But I need a little bit more drama. Right now, there's nothing happening. They're not really saying absolutely anything. So it's a little bit weird. What does this character still have to do? Nothing. Ah, yes, this character. We're gonna do some orejas, right? Because I still have orejas for some reason. Hello. And hello to chat also, huh? Very nice of you to say hi to chat. By the way, guys, if you like the stream, or if you like me in general, please press the like button. This is how it goes here on YouTube. You make me happy. Fake news, June 30th. It's mid-June. Yeah. Let's do some orejas. Where are we? Abyss dungeons, orejas. Well, only hard. Both alt run high roster. We're gonna join this. I don't think Amazon has anything to say. I know it's not okay, but I think that whatever. Okay, so I guess these are not going to invite me. Maybe not that high roster level. I need to work a little bit for my roster. What roster level do they have? So the bard is 116 and the guy is 146. Hey, I'm also sort of there. 142. I know I haven't finished my Vern, South Vern story on this character, but let's join this person. I can do Aira with you. Well, you can join this. I think this is for both. Maybe if I'm gonna get invited, I don't know. We'll see. You lose the Argos gold once the clown is released. Yeah, if you're 1370. You had a question. Sorry, Gabriel. Yeah. So does progressing past 1472 and a half makes sense? As far as I know, we will lose gold at some point. Yeah. So 1475 cuts you the gold for. We're gonna make our own lobby. It's fine. Uh, 1475 cuts you the gold from Argos. So, yeah. Does it make sense to progress past 1472? No, it doesn't. To some extent, it doesn't even make sense to progress past 1445, to be fair with you. You get access to Vikas normal mode, Valtan hard mode. So why would you right now absolutely need to do Vikas hard mode? You don't. A bit more gold, a bit more drops. I get it, right? We have some friends. But at the same time, maybe it's better to even get another character at 1445. I think it's bugged because I'm in my housing plot. Or not. Just a delay. Of course, there's also the new content. So for those of you who are new to the game, it's always cool to, you know, do the newest thing, the hardest thing there is. You might get kicked from your guilds or your pre-mates if you don't progress. But I'm just saying, the same thing can happen if you stop at 1472, right? What, you're not going to do Brilshaza? So Got 2 characters at 1445 and been selling everything I get for a week. I'm at 100k gold at the moment. Yeah, I want to do exactly the same thing. I also want to get to 1445 with my destroyer, and that's probably going to be my next step in terms of honing, and I think I'm going to do it next week. After next week's reset, I think I'm going to take my destroyer from 1370 and attempt to get him to 1415 in one go, and then afterwards I'm gonna see what happened. Someone, right, so someone was, let's quit this one because we're just 3. Something happened here, bugged. Just hit 1370 and have yet to do Argos for the first time, so I'm not worried about content cadence. Yeah, that's also a thing, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna first exit my housing plot because might be because of this, might not, no idea. Fast toilet. Here we are. Tata are treabă. Închide ușa, te rog, repede. My little girl came in the room. Alright. Where were we? We were creating a party. Oops. Actually. Yep. Awesome. Um, 1400 is all items plus 12, I believe. I think. Yeah. But I want to get to 1415, which I believe is all items plus 15. So that would be my goal. So I can actually start doing the Scaluda also on my destroyer. That would be the first goal, right? For this week, actually, not next week. This week, after this week's reset, where I'm going to try to get my destroyer from 1370 to 1415. I think I have enough things put aside, plus whatever we're gonna buy with the reset gold. Maybe I can get a little bit luckier until then and manage to sell maybe a decent engraving, or I can just check my engraving character. What do you think is going for one 1445 or several 1415s better? So at 14, 15, you're losing the gold from the abyssal dungeons. This is the only thing I'm thinking about, right? So I'm thinking that if you're losing the gold from abyssal dungeons on multiple characters, as opposed to just losing it on one and getting one character to 14, 15, to 1445, that would be my reasoning. I know that there's other places that you can get gold from, right? At 14, 15, like a Valtan normal mode. But at the same time, Valtan normal mode is not such an easy, straightforward alting experience like this one is right now, right? So these are the things that I'm keeping in mind. But at the same time, you get multiple chances to do Valtan normal mode. So that means you're gonna have to find multiple parties for Valtan normal mode. Valtan normal mode, even though easy, it is the first Legion raid, so people do expect you to use potions, thus consume some gold, even though you get a lot of gold in return, you know, and relic drops and stuff. It's a longer process, you know, maybe an hour and a half duration, depending who you're doing it with. If you have several characters, like 3 characters at 14, 15, plus your main, you're gonna have to do Valdan 4 times a week. So you're gonna have to find 3 pre-mates that do normal mode. That would be alt, right? Which is definitely possible. But if you're finding like actual pre-mates that just do normal mode, they might be new to the game, so they might fail sometimes. Reason why I believe that another one character at 1445, where you can find a close to endgame pre-made for Valdan hard mode, Vikas normal mode also, and also have a much easier time in Descaluda, basically making it like a 2-minute run. And you get accepted in more Descaluda groups at 1445 because you're higher item level. So, you know, there's a lot of things to and to keep in mind and decide based on what you want. But I would go for one 1445 extra as opposed to so many 1415s. 1370 is the best parking point for alts in my opinion. Absolutely, it's such a sweet spot. Such a sweet spot. You get hard mode, orejas. You get Argos P1, and it's not that hard to reach. Good job to the sorceress, right? With 4 DPS, he did 46%. This is pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. And another very important thing to consider with 1415 alts versus 11445 is the fact that at 1445 you also get another very alt friendly thing to do, which is the chaos dungeons that actually drop you have a chance to drop you relic accessories. So that is very important to keep in mind. While at 1415 you don't. I see some of you are saying that we most likely won't get Vikas on the 23rd. I don't see why we wouldn't. Generally speaking, they post the announcement of something happening the same day as the maintenance is. I think it only happened once where they told us a day before that something is happening. But so far, for all of the other times, we've known on a Wednesday or on a Thursday morning what's happening that Thursday afternoon. So hello, Saibo. Good evening. Good evening to you too, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon. Was Valtan not like a week before? I don't know. I mean, we already know we're getting Vicas in June, and we knew that from the 2nd of June. So, in that sense, you can consider that we knew Vicas is coming sometime this month. But we're talking about the actual notes, right? Like the announcement that yes, it's coming, next week. We have it locked in, it's settled, and um, yeah. Very nice to get boosted, huh? Through these dungeons. Thank you, by the way, in case those of you guys who are in this party are also watching. Then thank you for helping out. Do tripods matter in GVG? Everything matters in GVG, yeah? Shall we cast our awakening? I would have casted it there. I'm gonna cast it here. Let's hope it doesn't. We pretend that you did not see. Okay. We pretend you did not see that either. Didn't even have time to click a mouse button for my potion. Do you believe the silence about Vicas is because they are still trying to push for this week, or they want to make sure it will fit in June? I looked away. What happened? I did the same thing, Tuna. I also looked away, and I'm like, what happened? Okay, just not paying attention at all. This generally doesn't happen. I don't know why the silence. I don't know what's happening with the silence. I think that the silence from Amazon's side is because they don't have anything to say, anything that came from Smilegate. And I also believe that they don't want to just say things themselves. I think this mid-June statement comes from Amazon. I don't think it's something that Smilegate gave them, and I think they shot themselves a little bit in the foot with it, because now people are making fun of this mid-June kind of thing. So I think that the silence is because they want to avoid any future misleading information. I want to do Valtan on my alts, but Feons are killing me. Yeah, Feons are killing me too. Yeah. It was sort of a challenge to get somewhere with my alts, and I don't want to just have one build on my alts either, because I wanna feel that when I play my alts, it's an enjoyable experience as well. It's not just something that I do because I have to. So if the class doesn't feel right, if I don't have 3 or 4 engravings on each of my alts builds, then the class just simply doesn't feel right. So did we get anything valuable? No, I don't think so. Why would we, right? We're gonna keep this and this. Hitmaster and Kin Blunt. This sounds like something good. Ambushmaster Awakening. I don't think so, but hey, who knows? Ambushmaster Firepower. Yeah, so nothing. Let's dismantle these also. Maybe this sells for something. Yeah, I guess we can sell it, huh? 70 gold. Was it this one? Yeah. Better than nothing. This one doesn't sell. Ooh, this character also has to do Chaos Dungeons because I have too much energy. Yesterday I had only 4 bars, so granted, we haven't missed anything. As a 1435 destroyer in EU West, we are looking at what they will do with us as a region. So right now, they cannot do anything with you as a region. Lost Ark has never had this option to combine 2 different regions in one. There was never a time when they had to have 2 different regions, first of all. So because of that, they don't have the option to combine them. I do believe that they know that some of the regions eventually, maybe not even now, but eventually will need to be merged with each other. So I think that they know this, and I believe that Smilegate is working on I don't know, back end things that would help them merge regions somehow. Yeah, it's definitely possible, right? If you think about it, even if players have the same nickname, it's definitely possible to somehow you know, just leave the older players with their nicknames and just have the newer players have their names changed and give them a name change ticket, because they have all sorts of these kinds of problems, right? That the economy was different, that the names can be the same from one region to another. So then people on EU West are going to complain about the fact that, hey, my name is Angel, is your name Angel? Why does the guy on EU Central get to keep his name and I have to change mine? Right? So there can be a lot. This is a logistical nightmare, basically. Yeah. But I think they're working on something, because they will not let regions to be dead. I think in the worst case scenario, they might just work on making the marketplace be shared across several regions. So EU Central would have a shared marketplace with EU West, and the same for NA servers, for example, if they need to. I think this is a solution that won't hurt anyone in that sense, anyone's nickname or whatever. Do I know if running Grudge and Ambush Master at the same time has diminishing returns, or is it okay to run them both? I think it's okay, yeah. Does Amazon Games or Smilegate control the blue crystal price? Yeah, I've also thought about that in my nights of my lonely nights of conspiracy theorist. I thought to myself that, man, these guys, it's so easy for them to just get rid of blue crystals whenever they want to, because who's gonna know what they're doing, right? But I don't think that's what's happening, because I think that if that, don't you fucking love getting boss rush tickets on all of your alts, but you never get them on any characters that you are geared enough to just zoom through that content with? So I don't think that Amazon or Smilegate are controlling the prices of blue crystals. If that somehow gets out with some sort of a proof from a guy that's behind the keyboard buying and selling blue crystals to Amazon's profit, that means the game is dead, like the next day. That means it's over, it's done, so you can just leave. And I don't think that they want to take that risk. I think that there's a lot of whales in the game to supply the blue crystals. I think that there's players that want to sell their gold to buy blue crystals for a skin, for daily completion tickets, for whatever they want to do with them. But you never know. How are my collectibles now? They're the same as they were a month and a half ago. Not looking very peachy in that sense. To my standards, of course. No, if you look at them, there's 70, 80, 50, 100, whatever. 28 on the Omnium stars, but generally, on an average, it's sort of around 70 something percent. So it's it's decent. It's 4 months into the game, but to my standards, this is absolutely not where I should be if I would have continued to focus hard on my collectibles. Yeah. I've even given up. Wait, I don't see it. I've even given up the gathering collectible, because normally I should be gathering right now stuff that gives me the world tree leaves, but in fact I'm just either herbalism or excavation, even though I have all of the world tree leaves from there. So yeah, not now. It's not a good time right now for me to do this. I have other plans, and I need to get several characters to high item levels. I want to get my destroyer to 1445. I want to have 6 characters on my account, that all of them are at a minimum of 1370. Right now I'm at 4, and next week I'm going to be at 5 of these characters. So I really want to set myself up a little bit better right now for alting, and for making a big chunk of gold every week, and increasing my success rate to drop interesting things from the game. Right now this is my focus. I barely had time to finish my South Bairn story quest on all of my characters. I think I still have 1 out of 4 that still hasn't finished it. So yeah. This character also would need a different build for Chaos Dungeons. This Scrapper. A preemptive strike build maybe. Because right now I'm running with, I don't know what I'm running with, Garage and these kinds of things. It makes it a little bit not as smooth as it can be, right? But yeah, this is a crit Scrapper. Well, this is an alt crit Scrapper. I'm at 940, 600 agility. And I'm actually not running even Grudge. I'm just Keen Blunt Adrenaline and Taijutsu. But yeah, this character was just boosted from 1340. And for 1340, I think 3 engravings were okay. But now at 1370, I would really want to add a Grudge to this. I would really want to add maybe a Cursed Doll instead of, I don't know, Keen Blunt, I guess. Depends, I need to think about it. I need to get myself an Argos set so that everything would feel just, much better. Try Nova for Chaoses. I'm gonna do that, yeah. Normally, I wouldn't have had the Scrapper, but I just promised to have this class. So here I am with the Scrapper. It's a very nice class though, very nice to play. But for mobbing, when you compare a Scrapper with a Destroyer, for example, or a Berserker, there's no comparison between them. The other classes are just so much more mobbing friendly in that case, in that sense. Would it be okay to delete a 1310 gear score alt who I don't really enjoy to make a Shadow Hunter? I'm 6 out of 6 characters and I don't know if I enjoy Shadow Hunter because I cannot really test it. But even if you're 6 out of 6 characters, don't you have? They gave us one free character extension slot, I believe, that we received. You can have a second page of characters. At your character selection screen, you're not only locked to 6, you can have up to 18 characters. So you can just place one character on the second tab, so it wouldn't bother you, so it wouldn't, like, let's say, appear in your daily business. I also have, if you look at my characters, right? I also have. You see that I have 5 characters, but in reality I have 6. If I go to character selection, how come you only have 1 shock skill instead of 2? Don't look at my Scrapper build and think that I sort of made this build and it's better. It's just whatever skills I found useful to do low pang dailies. See, there's another character here on my account. It's on the second page, right? So I can delete it at any time I want. It's just right now hidden, so I don't really see it when I want to swap in between my characters. So it's just out of sight, out of mind. But if I want to cancel the deletion process, I can always cancel it if there's some sort of an event that's coming. So yeah, I don't think you should delete that character. I think you should let it there, just apply it for deletion and just let it there. Don't press the delete once more if you want to get it out of sight, so you wouldn't see it here and track it. 1310 is like a Punica power pass, so pretty sure they never gave us a free character slot. Okay, maybe I got 1 character slot from my Platinum Founders pack. That might be the case. I'm a main Destroyer, 1437, Grudge, Rage Hammer, Barricade, Master Brawler, and Supercharge. Yeah, sure. Go for it, right? Pretty nice. Yeah. Level 7 gems, is that setup, again the same guy, the Destroyer. Is that setup viable for Vicas? Absolutely. It's the closest setup that's viable for Vicas on a Destroyer. Of course, you could always replace Master Brawler with Cursed Doll. That would give you a, let's say, higher DPS output, but it comes at the cost of the healing, of course, because you won't always get the opportunity to attack with frontal attacks, right? So I think Cursed Doll has more value. I know Cursed Doll has more value than, even though frontal attacks give you 25% increase in the damage of those frontal attacks, which is gigantic, right? And Cursed Doll just gives you 16% in attack power overall. I believe that in the course of a fight especially like Vicas, since you were asking, I feel that Cursed Doll brings a bit more value. But go like that, you're perfectly fine. Does the Phaeton Power Pass expire? I think I saw them saying once that this one won't expire. Or is the Phaeton Power Pass? No, wait. The Phaeton Power Pass is the one that lasts until June? Is it? Yeah, there was one that lasts until June. Or is the Super Express event the one that lasts until June? You have to go search the forums. Or actually one of my videos. I have in one of my videos saying that when... wait. We can check. Okay. Let's check. Because I have... where are we? Was this in May? Hi everyone. Look how nice I look with glasses. Wait, wasn't it at the beginning? Do you guys know? Expires July 28th. Yeah, I talk about it. You look smarter with glasses. Yeah, maybe I should... oh, shit. Maybe I should wear glasses when I'm streaming. Maybe people will believe me more. Expires July 28th. Right. So yeah, it was an expiration thing. This pass came with Glavier. Right, you're right. Yeah. Who's that handsome guy in the Glavier? You know it, baby. First time tuning into one of your streams. Hey, thank you so much, and thank you to all of you who were here from the beginning. Oops. What's my favorite class? My favorite class is the Summoner, but I like Destroyer as much. In terms of PvE content, not sure what I think about Destroyer in PvP right now. I think it's nice, but Summoner in PvP is just something else. We're done? Yeah, we're done with this character also, right? I have one more daily. Where is it though? I didn't interact with the Shoeshire. With the Shoeshire daily. Welp, this is what it is. I'm not gonna do it again. Looking good. Looking pretty nice. Why does this character... this character also has... Okay, let's do it. This character also has a daily and it's very important. The Phaeton Day. I think it was 1 hour and 20 minutes though. What do I think about the Paladin changes? I think they're sweet. If you mean that... if you mean the latest big... balance changes. I love your artillerist wheelchair build. Thank you for that. I just don't agree with swing instead of napalm, but that's just me. Yeah, napalm also gives you more DPS output as an artillerist. I would not drop swing in the current content for anything in the world. And on a specialization build, you have to make some sacrifices. And the only sacrifice you can make is to remove napalm. Right. But yeah. Do I think that Greater Honor Leapstones will continue to drop in price? Let's see what are the prices right now. I haven't looked since yesterday. Let's take a look. Oops. All. 50 pesos. Let me just quickly check my market price. Greater Honor Leapstones. It was 58 yesterday. Holy cow, they've dropped by so much once more. Let's do this also until I get used to using that website. 6 and 12. The weapon shards have also dropped again. Tier 3 pouch, and we have Solar Grace. 46 and 39. Solar Protection and Power of the Sage. 99, no, 224 and 101. Honor Deepstone and Solar Blessing. Sorry, this is just manual work for me to keep track of market prices. I've been doing it for months. Honor Deepstone, Solar Blessing. 25 and 99. This one has risen. Maybe people are spamming alts now since the prices have dropped. Greater Honor and Tier 2 pouch. We have 50. And we're getting into Tier 2. And 137. 50, 137. Tier 2 blue, 284, because there were very few on sale for 285. And then lastly, we have Tier 1 stuff, 68 and 132. 69, 133. And crystals also, by the way, I forgot. For me, it's very easy to compare like that. Oops. 810. Let's take this. Do it here. Today is the 21st of June and it is 3 p.m. I believe server time. 2 p.m. whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's take a look at how we're looking. Let's remove crystals from here. Crystals have gone a little bit up from today to yesterday. Okay, so the Solar Grace has gone a bit upwards. The Honor Leapstone has gone a bit upwards. The Greater Honor Leapstone keeps going down because I believe the majority of active players are farming those as opposed to just a regular Honor Leapstones. This is the Greater Honor Leapstones here being tracked again. Guardian Stones, a little bit up and down and stabilizing. Destruction Stones, we have them plummeting. The crystal price is just sort of stable. Right, that's interesting, yeah. If you guys want, if you guys want the link for this, let me just give you the link also. Maybe it's worth buying and keeping and selling later. I don't know. It's so weird right now with our Western release. It's just like mega weird, where you just really cannot tell what's gonna happen. Are the bots gonna come back? Are they gonna do any honing events? Are people gonna start all of a sudden asking for free goodies, which will make the prices drop? Are they gonna give us power passes? You know, when's the new class coming out? Is it really gonna be Arcanist? Because that's not a very popular class, so the prices might not go up for Arcanist release. But if they change it, what if they change it and they decide to do Arcanist in August as sort of a sorry for the bots kind of thing, you know? So it's really hard to say and to predict in our region what's going to happen, because it's so different the way they give us content. Now we have Vicas, now we don't have. You know, with the release of Vicas, obviously people are going to start honing a lot more because they're going to get the pieces that they're missing. So because they're going to get the pieces, they're going to start honing, right? So that we know for sure, but how long and how many people are actually going to start honing? What is this? Rankings. 1552. The guy is ready for Esther grade stuff almost. Yeah, he didn't care. You know, he just cared about honing. Roster level 116. He just cared about honing 2 different sets. Why not? We don't have Vicas. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep honing. Just give me 2 different sets right now. Yeah, why not? There you go. Could he be free to play? That's a nice meme. That's such a nice meme. And by the way, here are only people who they create an account and they link their character themselves. So this is a voluntary thing as opposed to Loawa, which is an API thing and just takes everything from the game. You cannot hide from Loawa. Here you can. So I'm pretty sure that those guys who are 15, 60 or above, you know, it's funny that they added here a roster level section. 1552 with 3x3. Wait, what? No, I think this is. I think that's just. Yeah, I think that's just. I think this is bugged. Engravings from gear, it says. So it counts the garage. It counts the adrenaline. Too bad I cannot click on his. Where's Mayhem? It's somewhere. They have. Come on, guys. These guys that are this item level. This is a lot of real money. No matter what you say, you're not gonna be free to play at 1490. Come on, let's be honest. Okay, let's just be honest for a moment. I mean, you can say whatever you want. I'm just personally not gonna believe them. So yeah. Yeah, there must be another way to find out their engravings here, because this is not all of their engravings. I cannot click on their accessories, for example, so I cannot see anything on their accessories. I'm 1600 and free to play. Yeah. RMT. You don't have to. You don't have to have done RMT to reach here to this item level. No, you could have just done it normally. Of course, you would have paid 3 times more than a person that did RMT, but in Lost Ark it's possible to do this with legitimate sort of sources, yeah, as opposed to anything else. So yeah. Ah, yes, I know what we're gonna do, because I had some tickets, some boss rush. Just a better player. I need to start buying also. I need to start buying the some gear honing materials. I would like to buy some. I would like to buy some leap stones. I would like to buy some shards as well, because I also want to get my destroyer higher. I really want to get my destroyer to 1445, and I don't want to take forever with it. So even though I've gathered some materials, I think it's still gonna be quite hard to get to 1445 from 1370. That is, yeah. Yeah, but I really want to do it. I think I'm gonna focus all of my attention to that. Any of you guys want to do boss rush, or because I generally do it alone, but I thought I would ask. So maybe if anyone wants to do a boss rush, or I'm on EU Central, by the way. I have a party up if you are interested. Do I do PvP at the moment? No, I don't. I do almost no PvP. Entrance ticket, my boy. PvP weekly? No, I do not do. I do not do PvP weekly. I don't do the weekly PvP quests, even though they give a nice amount of leap stones. I just don't do them. I don't even do PvP for the weekly. It is what it is. I don't like the current classes that I'm playing in PvP. I like Summoner in PvP. I really enjoy Bard in PvP. But Artillerist, absolutely not a single chance. And Destroyer is a maybe. But I'm recent on Destroyer, so I haven't played it for a very long time. Yeah. What server are you on? I'm on Kadan, EU Central. Why swing and not the turret as a skill choice? What do you mean? I am playing turret also. I have summon turret. The choice on a specialization build for artillerist is in between swing and napalm shot, napalm blast. That's the choice. There is no other skill that you could potentially remove as a specialization artillerist. Yeah, no napalm. Again, for the boss rush content, it's not a problem if you don't have swing. But this is the build that I use in Legion raids, so it just happens to be here also. How is my adventure tome looking? Here you go. Uh, Again, could be much better. I really enjoy the content, but at the same time, I gave up a couple of months ago. I think it might be 2 months ago when I'm still doing the Yorn. So Yorn is not finished simply because I just don't have the food. It's as simple as that. I've been doing the Yorn daily quest on 2 different characters for already, I think it's 45 days, because that's how many materials I have from the cooking Yorn. I just have tunas and herbs, right? So that's the only reason why Yorn is not finished. Other than that, Yorn would be finished also. Unica, I'm just doing a rapport on a daily basis, like songs and emotes. But I haven't been visiting rapport NPCs for 2 months. I haven't been camping them, even though in the first 2 months of the game, I used to diligently camp those rapport NPCs. That's why I got my adventure tome so fast. I think it was, I don't know, end of March when I was looking the same as I'm looking now in terms of my adventure tome, right? So yeah, since then I didn't. Oh, one person doesn't have an entrance ticket. It's okay. I'm not playing Scrapper. This is an artillerist. Would you say it's better to start on the Western servers or the Russian? Where would it be easier to catch up? It would be easier to catch up. That's a goddamn hard question because Russia has Obrelchaza, of course, so they are much higher in terms of what you need to catch up to the end game content. While we right now you need to be 1445, right? But yes, go for the Western servers. Okay. If there's anyone else that wants to do a boss rush, I'm going to create another one. It's called X111. Go for the Western version. Okay. Russia is very cheap. Like for a European salary or for an American salary, North American salary, buying your way into the end game of Russia is very cheap. To say it like that, they have cheap prices for things, and also on the auction house, it's quite cheap. So because of that, it's easy to catch up. Oh, there we go. Didn't know we have 4. Everything in Lost Ark is additive, right? It's not multiplicative. The crit damage, the red negative engravings, like you said, the party synergies, right? Everything just adds with a plus. It's not with a multiplied by sign. How to know when you can skip rapport stages? You have to know when the next quest is coming. So the game doesn't have any indication of that. You have to watch a guide, or you have to go on a website that tells you where the quests are at, or at what stages do the quests come. Or not the quests, but the requirements of these virtues, right? For example, Max Roll, a website called Max Roll, it has, I believe, in there, when you check an NPC, it tells you there, at least for some of the NPCs, it used to tell you when there's a stage that you can skip if you stop right before that milestone. Why am I casting my skills? What am I doing? What's my favorite liquid? Do you mean for the vape? It's I just take like I think it's tobacco taste. I don't care about the taste that much. I just don't like to have any specific taste, and as low nicotine as possible. There we go. Almost broke my vape. I didn't know about the skipping thing, and now I'm stuck with Nia. Yeah, I guess that can happen. Unfortunately, in my rapport guide, I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's a rapport guide, but I did not mention the stages of every NPC. Uh, it didn't come to me that I should be mentioning that. However, I will have in the next 2 weeks, I will have my rapport guide on icyveins.com, that website that I showed you earlier. And that is going to be a written guide. And in that rapport guide, I will have every NPC that has a stage that you could possibly skip. It will be described there. And this guide is going to be up by the 10th of next month. So basically, in the next 15 days. No fancy tastes, yeah. Hey, I leveled up to 59. How cool. More skill points. Is this artillerist your main? No, this artillerist is not my main. I always like to check if people have more tickets by pressing the re-entry button. My main class is a summoner, and that's not out yet. Unfortunately, we're sort of stuck right now. I mean, the only thing we can set up more points in is the flamethrower, right? Because everything else is already at 11, and I cannot have them 12 because I'm not level 60. So I guess it's gonna be or we can take the points off, flamethrower and whatever, a couple of other points, and just make our swing. This is the problem with swing in this build, is that you really don't need it at the last tier, just here. So yeah. Anyway, flamethrower it is. There you go. Cool. Hey, let's open these boxes, huh? Look, we got another Papu Crab. I think it's my 5th. Some nice, lovely gems. Are these all of the boxes? Yeah. So these are all of my boxes. Cool. That is nice. That is awesome. The Papu, yeah, it's my 5th Papu Crab. Look, I have 35 days of fish and another 9 days of the leaf. Plus I have another character on which I've done the same exact day, a little bit over 40 days of Yorn, and I'm still not there yet. We had one more thing to do. One more thing to do. This one here. Could you please give me a fast answer? ASAG. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's quickly take a look. What did you see? What did you tell me here? Was this in the game from the start? I don't remember this. No. Yeah, I don't remember this. At the start, I mean. Yeah. I don't remember it later either, but at the start, I don't remember this being a thing. Maybe I didn't look. Very possible that I didn't look myself. I remember it very early on. Not sure if at the start. So this wasn't here for a very long time already. Ayaya home. It's the artist origins. Yeah, sure, but don't remember it at the start. Maybe some of you guys that also played from the start, I'm in 2018, maybe you remember this, but back then in 2018, I mean, who cared about looking at the continents and what I could barely even remember um, the amount of continents that we had released, right? Many of you are saying that it was. Okay, maybe I just don't remember. Hey, look, there's almost 400 people watching me and just 200 likes. This is saddest moment at the end of my stream ever. 220 likes on the stream and 400 people watching. Where is the Kaiser raid? Well, the same place uh, that the screenshots were taken from, a distant memory. He is like baiting. Is sharpshooter supposed to be a DPS class? Oh god. Oh, that flame. That flame hurts a lot. And I actually was about to, after I finished this stream, I was about to create a sharpshooter because this destroyer that I have, this lobby destroyer 583, is going to be today in tier 2. And then after this week's reset, this one is going to be pushed through tier 2 to tier 3 because I'm pretty sure I will have enough materials with the extra secret maps that I'm going to get. I also have these. This is 6 times 20,000. That's 120,000. I get another 60,000 shards, tier 2 shards from the tier 2 tower. That's 180,000. I have these already. This is 8,000 and this is another 15,000. That's 200k. So I'm missing basically 100k tier 2 shards, which I can get 15k per chaos dungeon, tier 2 chaos dungeon, of course, a day. So that means that in the next 7 days, I would be able to gather them myself and do more maps of tier 2. So this is going to be pushed to tier 3 by next week, by this week's reset, because I want another 1370 here. So then I want my current destroyer that we're on right now, this one 1370, to be pushed to 14, I don't fucking know. Should it be, I mean, I don't want to be 1415 with it, just 1415. I would like to be 1445. But I think that 1415 is decent, even though I'm losing Oreha hard mode gold on it. I really want to do Valtan on my destroyer, at least the normal mode. I think we have a group in the guild that is still going to do normal mode. So then I want another class to just take it slowly to tier 3, like I did with this destroyer the past 2 weeks. It generally takes me 3 weeks to get a character to 1370. So it would be a sharpshooter, but after this hurtful meme that I heard right now, that if it's supposed to be a DPS class, I don't know. I like sharpshooters. Maybe even I would maybe I would even enjoy them in PvP content, but I don't know. Yeah. Here we are. What's up, Saibo? What's happening? Yeah, we're just delivering this one daily, which I actually forgot to deliver, so. Yeah. Someone was asking if specialty summoner is a thing. It's more not of a thing than a thing. It's swiftness main and crit secondary for summoner right now, the meta. But no, by the time we get it, God knows how the meta is going to change. Um, I was watching on my phone. I couldn't type because I was cleaning my PC. That's a nice operation. That's a nice PC cleanup right before Vicas. Yeah, so we can start a fresh PC before Vicas. You know, get your chances, loot chances up. Um, that's pretty nice. Any tips on how to complete the food dishes in Adventure Tome? Oh, buddy, just do them. What tips could you possibly need? Right, I'm doing, for example, Yorn. I'm doing it on 2 characters, and it's still not enough. Um, so I have to do it on more than 2 characters in that sense, just to complete that. But most of them are decent, with the exception of um, Yorn, and maybe sometimes Punica also requires some RNG. But the other ones are doable. Yorn also has a daily chain that you need for food. Rohendel also has a daily that you need to do for a food, but it's really nothing special. I could party up for more drops. I don't think there's more drops if you play with the party. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching me today. I really appreciate you. I will see you very soon. Yeah, either with another live stream or with a video on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you that are watching. I appreciate the subs, the donations also today. Very nice of you. And also the runs that we did in game. Thank you so much. The likes, let's see if the likes have changed. Yeah, the likes have changed. Okay, it's 300 something now. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that also. In any case, I'm gonna see you really soon. Keep on grinding, keep on honing. Yeah, it's all about honing. On my streams, all we do is just hone, 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 hone. I'm joking, of course. Keep having fun, guys. Okay, I'm gonna see you really soon. Until then, adios, goodbye, and see you los very soonos. Okay.